I'm Joe. Welcome to the very first episode ever at Dinsmore Outdoors. Today I'm going to review my brand new kayak I just bought a couple of weeks ago. It's the Perception Pescador 12. I just recently came back from a deployment, and while I was over there in my downtime, I'll be watching YouTube fishing videos, and I came across Marty Zofinger's channel. And if anybody's watched fishing on YouTube, especially kayak fishing, you're going to run across at least a couple of his videos, if not a lot. And he was the real inspiration for me to buy this kayak. So I'd like to dedicate this video to Marty, and I appreciate it, Marty. We thank you for all your videos. We love to see all your do-it-yourself and how to save money and make it, making your kayak yours. But with all that said, let's go ahead and just jump right into the review. Alright, we'll just start with the front and work our way back. You got a large front hatch, which just has a rubber lid that covers it up. It's not a hard plastic. You have a string to keep you from losing it. Inside of mine, I have my battery box, which I have my battery for my fish finder only currently, but later on I plan on adding a live well and maybe some LED lights. And if you look further in the back, you'll see that I have my transducer put down in the bottom with good old duck seal to help hold it down. And for my battery box, I just took some Velcro strips and put on the bottom of it, and I try to keep everything centered, so that's the reason I put it right in the middle. And it seems to hold it down pretty good with me getting it out of the truck and moving it around. Put the lid back on. A lot of people seem to struggle with it. Of course, you want to center it up. And it has this rubber groove on the inside. The best way I've found to do it is just kind of curl it up, and it'll snap right over it once you curl it up. There we go, she's back on. Alright, up here in your console, I like to call the console anyway, it came standard with your Scotty rod mount, which is real stiff when you first get it. So I got to try to break that in some. Hopefully I do. And also I went ahead and mounted a Lowrance Elite 4 HDI for my fish finder. I've only taken this kayak in my pond, which doesn't even have any fish in it right now because it's a brand new pond. But the structure I put in there, it shows up pretty good on the Lowrance. But a thing to note, if you ever install this fish finder, the transducer plug that comes in the back is huge. That's almost 1 inch, which you got to have a hole big enough to put this through. You're definitely not going to cut it. So what I did was, and I'll probably get a close-up of this here in a second, I went to Ace Hardware and I got a big rubber plug, and then I drilled a hole right in the center of it, and then cut down the side of it to fit my wires in, and then pushed it through the hole so it made it nice and tight, and then I went on the back side of it with more duck seal and sealed it up, because you're not going to find a liquid tight fitting big enough for this transducer in. Now with the power, it's not as bad because you have just the wire you can run straight through. But as far as the transducer, you have, this is about the only way that I can think of to do it. If you guys have any other ideas to help someone else out with this problem, please do so. But I like this look. Instead of just cutting a hole and gobbing it up with 5200, it was nice to have that nice rubber plug, and it almost sits flush, which that turned out really well. Then also up here, you have your foot pegs. Slide real easy and they lock in place pretty good. I've done found my sweet spot on mine. Alright, back here you have your seat, your comfort seating system. This is one of the main reasons I chose this particular kayak, because it had a hard back seat. It has a hard plastic for you can actually lean back against, opposed to like one of those flimsy just cloth seats that hold you up. They're held up by these straps. I wanted something actual rigid. I didn't want to collapse. I've went out on ocean kayaks that had that particular seat, and it was not an enjoyable ride because all I wanted to do is keep collapsing underneath me. Whereas I know this is going to stay up. And speaking of staying up, it's held up in place by these two bungees that hook back here in the back. So just when you're ready, it's always going to be up. Unless you want it down, then in that case, all you do is just unhook the bungees. It folds down for storage. But when you're ready to go fishing again, just lift it up and hook it up. I think that's pretty convenient. The bottom seat just has some neoprene with some foam in it. And I don't know if it's going to pick it up or not, but to get it out, you have to have a Phillips head screwdriver to unscrew and take these screws out if you wanted to replace it. I'm not sure how comfortable this is on a long day yet. I hope to find that out here soon. I'm planning on going my very first trip Thursday, so we'll find out after that. If not, I plan on getting maybe an aftermarket like gel seat, have a little bit better ride. And then underneath you have scupper holes. Use the good old foam golf ball to plug that up. And then up here you get more of a storage, also on the rope. Has the same rubber locking system. So you can put your wallet and cell phone and everything in a dry bag up here while you're fishing. Same thing, just kind of curl up a little bit and it'll lock right back in place. A lot of people seem to have difficulty with them. I don't know why. Alright, we'll go ahead and move further back. Alright, back here we got your back storage. We got 2 rod holders that came already installed on the kayak. By the way, I bought this kayak at Gander Mountain. It was $552 for the fishing series. Came with a Scotty rod holder, these 2 rod holders, anchor trolley that already came installed, which I'm going to show you here in a minute, and a anchor and anchor line. So not too bad. Generally, I don't like going to Gander Mountain because they're so expensive, opposed to Academy. But Academy's a lot further away than where I live, so I save that much in gas. Anyway, back to it. Back here you have your rubber lid hatch. You can fit a small 12-volt battery in here. The problem is trying to find a container or a box or some way to keep it watertight, also to fit in this hole. If anyone has any ideas or videos of how you can put a small battery rack here and keep it watertight, please feel free to leave it in the comments. Same thing, lock her back down. You have 2 scupper holes back here in the back. You can fit a milk crate, and also you can fit one of those pet food containers, which is what I'm planning to do with this kayak, is get a pet food container and turn it into a live well. I'm sure there'll be a video out on that later on after I get some money saved up and get started on that project. But there seems to be a lot of space back here. I love how they took it all the way back as far as they could go to the handle. That way you had plenty of space to fit like a backpack and whatever else in here along with your milk crate. So in my case, it'll probably be a lunch box. Get hungry out there. As you can see right here, it's already pre-drilled for a rudder kit if you want to install one. Like I said, I've only taken it out in my pond, but so far it seems to track really well, and it's pretty fast. I never had the back end swing around on me when I came to a sudden stop or anything unless I wanted it to, but for the most part it just keeps going straight, nice and smooth. You got your rubber drain plug with the gasket on it right here. For some reason that one came off on me, or whoever put it on there just didn't care. Make sure that's good on tight. It has a little bit of a keel. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but yeah, right here, it has a little bit of a keel. I think that's what contributes to help keeping it straight versus just having that smooth on the bottom. But we'll go ahead and go around and check out the anchor trolley. Like I said before, it came with a trolley right from the store. The one thing about this anchor trolley though is it's really tight. You really gotta grab a hold of it, put some force behind it to get it to move. I don't know if it's because it's so brand new and the line's just really tight and new, or it's because the little rollers on the end don't roll. It pretty much just goes around the end of a plastic covered screw. And I don't know, I might remedy that later and actually put a better rolling system on there, or just see how it does. But for now, it's pretty stiff. It's a little easier to go that way than it is to shove it forward. But, you know, I can make it work for now. But I thought that was pretty cool how it already came installed and I didn't have to put one on myself. And of course up here you can see the cleat for your anchor line. Last but not least, you have your kayak paddle hold down, a little bungee strip. Of course, always have a leash on your paddle. I don't know if I want to upgrade and get one of the ones that just click in, where your paddle just clicks into it, but this seems to be more secure. It's just a little bit more flimsy, it seems like, but it holds it up against there pretty good. It's just it wants to you can twist like so. Well, there she is, guys, my Perception Pescador 12.0. I think I made out pretty good for my very first kayak ever. I'm not saying that I wouldn't love to have a Wilderness or a Jackson kayak, but for the price point, this is what I could go with, and this is what I'm starting out with. And I like to think I started out with a pretty good kayak. It has a lot of good features that I like. Everything, it tracks good in the water. It's not too heavy. It's only 60 pounds. I can carry it by myself and put it in the truck. But guys, thanks for watching. This is my very first video for Dinsmore Outdoors, and I thank y'all for being part of it. If you haven't already, please subscribe and also smash that thumbs up button. It really helps me out. So keep watching them videos, guys. I'm sure to have some actual fishing videos out soon. And until next time, tight lines and high times. We'll see you. Bye.